Click to join audio. No. That should do it.
Okay. And then we'll get the front in.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good.
And that's the balcony of the book. And also what they do, they haven't had this remote open in 2 years.
Hmm? Oh, you have to change the screen view or get rid of it.
What are you talking about? They're going to spotlight us. We'll be fine.
I just did. Wait, let me see. Try it again. Okay, better. Phew. Oh, phew. Okay. Yes. All right. And I'll add Sherry Bursky.
You sure you want to see how to do this?
Oh, is it in there? No, I don't want to see how to do it then. They were out here. Yes. But I'm going to take the battery out of this though. No, that room scares me. Only one of you. There you go.
Let me stand and you'll tell me if you can actually see me. I was
I
gonna say,
can
yeah.
see you.
What you doing?
Yep. You're at the back. And
Oh, I can see you now.
And we can see the little table down there if you want to do kiddush and candles down there.
Oh, look at that.
Well, now you can't. We can if we move it a little closer.
We don't need to. Sherry's doing it on Zoom.
No, we don't because Sherry's doing it on Zoom.
So we do need two-way sound, Stuart.
We did that already today.
Wonderful.
You want to move the table over just so we have lit candles in the sanctuary?
We're not gonna have them lit. I mean, I guess I could light them here.
I think it'd be weird to just have them sitting there but not lit.
I don't know, we've done it before. The last time Sherry lit candles on Zoom.
You want me to zoom out a little further? Or?
No, it's perfect. Or then just take them away. It just looks weird. I'm going to tell my sister over. She can't say the blessing because they're already lit.
You know what? I'll just let them over here. All right, so then you want the Motzi bit too? No, we're not doing Motzi. Or I wasn't planning to do Motzi. Yes, we do. I didn't even think about that. I forgot as I was planning that we had owning. I remembered all the other things.
You want to come down there again?
Oh no, oh no.
I guess we have asking.
No, I'm just wearing it right now.
Well, then why don't we put the challah on it? Oh, we should do the most up there.
Put it next, I have another idea. You want to put this next to your reading table, your burdens that you never have.
It's quite a large table. I'm good, thank you.
Did you get a text from Rosie about the appointment on
I made an appointment.
the? It showed up on, I got a text response.
Yes, because you're their person. I'm gonna change that. I made an appointment for my car. That's the first appointment I could get.
So, when should we do Motsi? It's been
Let's do Motsi in the social hall.
I need to run as soon as the service is over, and,
Okay.
and B, I'm not ready yet. You can. So that's why I like this controlled setting.
So
Before the closing benediction,
we might as well do it with Kiddush.
it's the beginning.
So. all
No,
right,
we
fine,
want to
we'll
send
do it-
them off to
We'll do it
either.
before the closing benediction.
Not looking like hard today.
Okay. No, here, how about, you know what? I'm gonna do before the closing song so I can munch while you sing. It'll be awkward. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So.
Yeah.
They look tomorrow, but you have
This
to.
is the way I'll look at it on Monday.
For the theme.
No,
Yeah.
just, look tomorrow.
Some version of me.
Monday?
I'm thoughtless. Love it. Okay. Right, done. That's easy.
So good.
327, I think. I'm gonna look it up. Ooh, that is awesome.
Hello, hello.
Hey, I guessed right.
Loalacha is 341.
And Ein Kelohenu Sephardic is 327.
227, you say? One moment. I'll be right.
That's what I
with you.
say.
227 in Kayla. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Barbara.
So she comes back tonight or another time?
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, Eileen. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Adria.
Hey,
Barb.
I love Lenny.
Oh. Hi. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
It's Barbara Sarfati. Lenny
Hi,
wants
Lenny.
to
I
know.
hear you.
Yeah, can you see him? Wave, Len.
Now I do.
Lenny.
He's on the other side of the couch.
I'm fine. I'm studying the Holy Scriptures.
Holy Scriptures, right? Oh, God.
Deep in thought here.
Yeah.
Next Shabbat, the choir is singing.
How'd you like the win last night?
The Queen? I didn't see it. I don't know. I don't know.
We watched the first episode of the new season of Mrs. Maisel last night. She's our queen.
Next week, Shabbat services, the choir is going to be singing. Everybody,
Oh. Oh, that's nice, Lois.
yeah, we really feel good about getting back together and everything.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I saw the email today about the new rules and stuff for the temple.
Oh, yeah, we won't have to sing with masks.
Yeah,
They will. or
That's
they won't?
really
They won't.
difficult.
Yeah. And they're taking down the
The
plexiglass.
they're gone. Look at
Yeah,
the,
it's not there.
they're not there.
I didn't notice.
Yeah,
I'm watching on my iPad, so it's small.
oh, gotcha.
What's the rush?
Well, people are really feeling that the numbers are going down and it's very difficult to sing with masks on, that's for sure.
Yes.
Doing it for
Oh, yeah.
rehearsals and it's a struggle.
They do make
Mm.
they make singers masks that are especially for singing.
Yeah, but it's hard to get a hold of them, Lisa. I don't think it's accessible. So we've been singing with the K95 masks, which are
Mhm.
difficult to breathe to start with, and then try singing with them.
Mm. I went into Sam's this afternoon and they were giving out free K95 masks to anybody that was walking in.
That's interesting because those are not,
Yeah.
my daughter was able to get us some. And when I volunteer at the hospital, like this morning, that's what I wear.
I think
Yeah.
they're giving them out at ShopRite too.
Oh,
Are
that's,
they?
no.
I think
That's
so.
unusual. ShopRite doesn't give anything.
No, they're
Yeah.
from they're sent out from the
Except a
government.
hard time.
They're sent out from the government and they're at all different locations and they're supposed to be up to 3 a person.
Well, they
Mm.
sell them at ShopRite because I've bought them there.
Right, but this is different. This is something that the government has sent out nationwide.
Mm.
Because even though the numbers are going down, the new strain of Omicron is coming and they're expecting them to go up again. So,
Yeah, there's a variant of Omicron that seems to be floating around.
even more contagious than Omicron.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on that.
There's a lot more of it in Europe right now, but it has shown up here. So
Right. My husband talked to his brother in Israel today and they got their 4th booster.
yeah, well, they're saying
Oh, wow.
there's an article in the Times that they say after 4 months the booster starts to wane. So
Yeah, 4 to 6 months. You're right, Lisa.
I have to check when I'm due for my 4th.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
They're
giving
not
out
giving them
fourths
here
here.
yet. But it's
No.
going to be 4 to 6 months from your last booster.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably 6 months.
Yeah. I
So
have to.
keep an
Now
eye.
I'm curious when I got my 3rd. I bet
it'll
it's 4
say
to
on your
6 months
card.
since I got
I have
mine.
to check my
Yeah.
card.
Just check your CDC card.
Yeah.
It'll tell you when you
There's
got
a quality.
your.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think if they don't have a vaccine, they don't.
I
Yeah.
Well,
don't know that they're giving out
have your life.
boosters yet.
No, they're
Yeah,
not here in the United
I
States.
know someone who got their 4th.
Ours?
There's some people who are
Last one.
high risk.
Probably immunocompromised.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, it's August, September. I don't know.
Oh,
August, September.
mhm. Yeah.
Got quiet.
Mhm. I was surprised when that email said that they're even going back to Onyx at the temple.
Yes,
I
I was
know.
very surprised about that.
Yeah.
I
haven't
think
read
I'll
this
stay
yet.
right where I am for a while.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just had my second bout of COVID and I was almost completely symptomless this
How
time.
come you don't see me?
But
Wow.
yeah, but I got one of those, the COVID app, and I got
Yeah.
an alert on my COVID app saying a week ago I was in close proximity to someone who tested positive, and I hadn't been feeling fabulous, but I usually am not feeling fabulous.
Right.
But it said test, so I grabbed one of our tests and
They
lo
took
and
down the
behold, it was
plexiglass.
positive.
You were positive again.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we're
So
back
it
now.
was a lot easier
Lisa-
than the first bout.
I'm
That's
sure.
What kind of COVID app is there?
It's
Yeah,
called, I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like New Jersey NJ COVID. Oh, Steven. I'm looking
I
for
don't
it. It's
remember.
on my phone, but it's if you look up, if you search like NJ COVID something,
Yeah,
it
but
comes
it,
up and it follows your phone. It tracks your phone and it tracks everybody's phone with the app. So if your phone is is near someone else's phone who tested positive, then here it's called COVID Alert
I don't
NJ.
even see the rabbit.
Then they notify you to let you know.
so it's
That
an
means you have to
actual
remember to
app.
take your
Yeah, it's
phone
an
with you.
actual app
COVID.
called COVID Alert NJ, and we got it like a year
Lisa.
ago. Yep,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And I never, heard from them at all. And then all of a sudden, I just like I don't know if you can see, but that red thing on the top
Yeah.
says close contact alert, and that's from when I was in close. And the only place I was my doctor's office that day, and there was only one other person in the waiting room far away from me, and yet I picked it up, and my husband didn't.
So,
That's it.
COVID Alert.
COVID Alert NJ.
NJ.
It's my Midwestern.
Okay.
No, it's not.
No. Okay, after services, I'm going to look up the app.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I was like,
Good to know.
yeah. And after a year, I was like, I wonder if that app.
Oh, they just muted everybody. Watch your knee, because I have to mute us. I don't know.
They muted you.
No, they didn't. Oh, they did.
They muted you.
No, they didn't.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Michael Schwartz, and on behalf of the congregation Beth Chaim, it's an honor to welcome you to our service this evening as we Zoom from the sanctuary. I have some information to share. Security is on the top of all our minds right now. Board members are monitoring the door, but each of you is part of our security team. Please keep your eyes open. If you see something unusual, please say something. You can reach out to our staff or board or call 911. There are panic buttons on the bima, in the office, and with the board member on duty. In case of emergency, you may exit out the front door, behind you through the social hall, out to the rotunda doors, down the hall to the library or multi-purpose room, or through the wooden door off the bima, which leads to the library. We rally by the Gaga pit in the field behind the parking lot if it's safe to do so. If you wear a hearing aid with the T-coil setting, you may access our hearing loop through using your program. We do have headphones for those without that program. Large print prayer books are available as well. These are located on the table at the entrance to the sanctuary. We want to create a sacred space that will inspire prayer. Please silence or turn off your phones at this time so that you will not be distracted. While we enjoy seeing your faces, if you are not vaccinated and boosted against the COVID-19 virus, please wear a mask the entire time you are in the building, unless you are seated to eat. If you are on Zoom, please stay muted unless the clergy invite you to unmute and participate. We may be physically separated from one another, but we are one community in prayer and celebration. Now I'd like to share something about my Jewish experience. Growing up in White Plains, New York, most of my friends were Jewish, but few of their families belonged to a temple. My family belonged to Temple Israel Center, a conservative synagogue. I went to Hebrew school there, and after bar mitzvah continued on to Hebrew high school. I came away from a religious school knowing that my Jewish identity was important to me and with a love of the Hebrew language. But I rarely went to services other than on the high holy days. I did, however, have a rich Jewish childhood because I spent a lot of time with my mom's parents who lived across town. They kept a kosher home, and my grandfather went to his Orthodox synagogue every Shabbat morning. I have very fond memories of my grandmother lighting the Shabbat candles and of Shabbat dinners she prepared. I also have fond memories of many Passover Seders and Hanukkah parties I shared with my grandparents, parents, sister, aunts, uncles, and cousins. So growing up, my Jewish community was largely my extended family. It was not until I married Ellen and we had school-age kids that I again affiliated with the synagogue, Congregation Beth Chaim. In the almost 25 years that we've been members of Beth Chaim, I've become more and more engaged in activities here. With the older generations of my extended family gone and my own generation dispersed across the country, it's fair to say that Beth Chaim has become my Jewish community. Let's now move into the sacredness of Shabbat. Please join us in song and prayer.
We begin in the middle of page 341 in our prayer books. 341.
Page 341. It's a new song for us. When we look around at the world, we know that we want to make the world a better place, but even if you pick one thing to focus on, you immediately realize that it's a daunting task because there's literally nothing that's worth doing that you are able to fix. Feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, freeing the captive. There are so many things to do. And even if you just pick one, it's beyond any of our capabilities to make that happen. Fortunately for us, right in Pirkei Avot, the rabbis identified this idea. And this very quote that we're going to sing about tonight addresses that issue. What it says is, Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. It's not your job to finish the task. Right? If you can't feed every hungry person in the world, don't worry about that. That's not the job. Not your responsibility to finish. But the quote goes on, V'lo ata ben chorin lihibatel mimena. But that doesn't mean you can quit. Just because you can't finish, and it's not your job to finish, it still doesn't mean you're free to just throw up your hands and say, I can do nothing, because that's not true. There's always something you can do. Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. Lo alecha ligmor. Try that. Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. Lo alecha ligmor. That's the whole first line. And the second line, velo ata ben chorin lehibatel mimena. Velo ata ben chorin. Velo ata ben chorin lehibatel mimena. Velo ata ben chorin. Lo alecha. Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. Lo alecha ligmor. Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. Lo alecha ligmor. Velo ata ben chorin lehibatel mimena. Velo ata ben chorin. Velo ata ben chorin lehibatel mimena. Velo ata ben chorin.
Once again, TGIS. Thank God it's Shabbat. May our service this evening enable all of us to recharge and reconnect. Many of the English readings tonight are taken from Mishkan Halev, the Reform Movement's prayer book for Elul, the last month of the Jewish year. And while we find ourselves in a different moment on the Jewish calendar, the sentiments of these readings speak to me this Shabbat. So if you don't see the words in your book, it's okay. It is now my pleasure to invite Sherry Barsky on Zoom to lead us in kindling the Sabbath lights. And we turn to pages 2 and 3 in our prayer book. Kat, can we hear her?
Is she muted or is she muted?
Sherry, you're muted again. We'll get there.
There.
All right.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlin l'kner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you, Sherry.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see you. We'll see you again in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back.
Now I'll ask everyone who's able to please rise as we turn to Kiddush on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit. Ki hu yom techila lemikrai kodesh, zeicher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu bacharta, ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
You're welcome to take a seat as we turn to page 8. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other. No, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. We turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi, our song of gratitude that our beloved Shabbat has finally arrived. And we'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And for that 9th verse, we'll rise and greet our beloved Shabbat at the door. Symbolically, of course.
Lecha Dodi, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, shmiyanu el amiyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, Shemu tiferet v'ritila, Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Mikrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Baorech kumiori, uri shir daberi, kevod Adonai alaich nigla. Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom materet bala, kam b'simcha u'itzola, toch emune hamesegula. Boi chala, Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Mikrat Kala, Beni Shabbat nekabela.
I invite you to turn around, greet each other, Shabbat Shalom, type in the chat box, unmute yourselves on Zoom for just a moment. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat,
Next
everybody.
to you.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And we stay standing as we turn to page 26 in our prayer books. 26.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, נעמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם מולל מעל מיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקודשה בריתו להאמין כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן.
Holy is twilight, the realm of in-between. And so our sages taught, pray in the moments when light and darkness touch. We are all twilight people, beyond categories and labels. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, widen our vision. Let it illumine our way to the God who transcends all boundaries and definitions. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight. Page 34. Please be seated as we'll now hear from Sherry Barsky on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ושבתך ובקומך. וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Thank you again, Sherry. Truth and faith. These are fundamental to our existence. God alone is their source, and we are Israel, a people of God. Our sovereign saves us from tyranny, redeems us from its violence through countless wonders, from its brutality through great feats beyond measure. We are Israel, a people of God. the giver of life who would not let our feet give way, the maker of miracles for us against Pharaoh, of signs and portents in the land of Egypt, the one who brought our people Israel from its midst to enduring freedom. Page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נור תהילות אוסף אלינו, נורא תהילות אוסף אלינו, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, אדוני ימלוך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר תפדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 44.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים, את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Only in you my soul finds quiet. My rescue comes from you. You, my rock, still point of the turning world. I hold fast and will not fall. As we are able, we rise as we turn to the Amidah, which begins on page 46 and continues on the even pages.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שלום ואהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה כל עטרה והושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מקלקל חיים וחסד, וחיי הטוב ורחמים רבים, צורך נופלים ורופא חודים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, לשני הפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמנת לחיות החוק. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי החוק. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יעלו חסנה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. God who is ours, God of all generations, to you we are grateful forever. Rock and protector of our lives, your saving power endures from age to age. We thank you and tell the tale of your praise, your power in our lives, your caring for our souls, the constant miracle of your kindness. Morning, noon, and night we call you goodness, for your compassion never ends. We call you mercy, for your love has no limit. We call you hope, now and for all time. And we'll just need the first three words on page 58, Modim Anachnu Lach, as we take a moment to offer up blessings in our lives, things we're thankful for this week. And if anyone would like to share, we'd love to celebrate with you. Susan. Grateful for family and to be together. Yeah. Okay. To be reunited with old charges. Charges from another time. Nice. Wonderful. We don't even know how old they are now. All right, we'll pause to say thank you. Lunch with a longtime friend. Love it. Love it. Lori. Oh, such a steep decline in COVID cases. Incredibly grateful. Brianna. New shoes. Some of us are shopping again. It's like old new experience.
Modim אנחנו לך, modim אנחנו לך.
Other blessings. I'm grateful to be able to see some of your faces tonight. As someone who responds to that stimulus, it's very energizing, and just grateful that we are able to feel a little more relaxed and a little more comfortable together. Because that's the idea, right? That's the idea. And we're grateful for all of those who are able to join us from their homes or from their travels, and amazing what technology can do. So one last moment of gratitude.
modim אנחנו לך, modim אנחנו לך.
Continue on page 60 with Shalom Rav, our prayer for peace. We need a lot of it here in Ukraine, and all over this world.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon, bechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. V'tov b'necha nevarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלום Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, havarech et amo Yisrael. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Sim Leolam. Sim Leolam. Sim Leolam.
Now take a few moments for silent prayer to find inspiration in the words of our prayer book, to offer up our own hopes and dreams, or to sit in silence for a moment of meditation.
עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, אמן.
Our thoughts turn to all those in need of healing, healing of the body, healing of the mind, healing of the heart, and healing of the soul. On our screen are the names of many in our community or those for whom our community cares who are in need of healing. But I invite all those who are with us tonight to share any other names, and for those on Zoom and YouTube, feel free to chat more names.
Zahava Bat Rivka.
Two names I want to call out tonight, Lori Derman and Cherie Harden. And there was a Shabbat service of solidarity earlier today, hosted by the World Union for Progressive Judaism for all of the Jewish communities in Ukraine. But our thoughts and prayers are with all the residents of that region who are afraid and uncertain for their own safety and well-being. And so we turn to these words of healing, Misha Berach, sending out our prayers to all those in need.
Rifa'inu Adonai v'nirafeh, Hoshi'enu v'nivashea, El karov l'chol korav, ach karov l're'av yishro. We pray for healing of the body. We pray for healing of the soul, for strength of flesh and mind and spirit. We pray to once again be whole. Eona lefana, oh please heal us now. Refuat hanefesh, refuat haguf, refuat lema. Eona lefana, oh please heal us now. Refuat hanefesh, refuat haguf, refuat lema. Heal us now. הושיע את עמך וברך את נחלתך וראין ונשם עד העולם. מי שברך אבותינו, מי שברך אמותינו, אנא אדוני הושיענה. We pray for healing of our people. We pray for healing of the land and peace for every race and nation, every child, every woman, every man. El Nalefana, oh please heal us now. Refuat hanefesh, refuat haguf, refuat lema. El Nalefana, oh please heal us now. Refuat hanefesh, refuat haguf, refuat lema. Heal us now. Heal us now. Heal us now.
Next week, on February 23rd and 24th, the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism and the Jewish Federations of North America will be hosting their annual Jewish Disability Advocacy Day. Jews across North America are invited to come virtually to learn from advocates, experts, and legislators about the current state of disability rights and what you can do to promote inclusion and advance the needs of people with disabilities. Breaking down barriers to opportunity for people with disabilities remains core to the reform movement's work of building a world of compassion, justice, and wholeness. And to help us personalize this important work, I would love to tell you about several inspiring young people. First, a young woman named Shana Goldberg. I first met Shana when I was applying for my first rabbinic position. Before I decided to hang my kippah at Beth Chaim, I visited a Reform synagogue in South Jersey. It's okay, it all worked out, right? As I did at several congregational interviews, I spent some time with the teens during their weeknight religious school program. Shana was eager to speak with me. I learned that she had grown up at the synagogue and found a spiritual home there. She shared with me her passion for music and Judaism. And while I could quickly tell she was neuroatypical, there was no doubt in my mind that she was an integral member of her sacred community. Fast forward a year or two, when Sean and I visited his alma mater, URJ Kutz Camp, the Reform Movement's Jewish teen leadership camp, sadly now of blessed memory. That summer, I had the pleasure of reuniting with Shana, then as a camper in the Gibush program for Jewish students with autism. I have a vivid memory of Shana at Shabbat song session, dressed up in costume like her peers, singing steadily through the chaotic crowd. While many of the other teens were jumping and dancing, Shana was beautifully in tune with the music, unruffled by the swirling youths around her. And now fast forward to last month, when the Reform Movement published an interview between Cantor Rosalie Will and Shana. I was delighted to see a picture of Shana's smiling face and hear what she is up to now. At 20 years old, Shana is a young adult song leader and performer with Epic Players. Epic Players is a New York-based nonprofit theater company that opens the stage to all types of artists and seeks to shine a light on neurodiverse talent. At Kutz Camp, Shana participated in the camp's song leading track and the nifty Nashir Song Leading Institute. Her Jewish music influences include spiritual leaders, Cantor Rosalie Will and Cantor Ellen Dreskin, and communal icons like Debbie Friedman, Dan Nichols, and Josh Nelson. This year, Shana plans to go to Hava Nashira, the Reform Movement's Jewish Music and Worship Conference. Shana and her family are still active with their congregation, where she song leads for kindergarten, first, and third grades, and she assists with worship services. Shana was even able to sing a powerful piece during the High Holy Days this past fall. I deeply appreciate Shana's story. I know that not every synagogue would have made her feel as welcome as hers did, make her feel welcome, included, and an integral member of the community. Here at Beth Chaim, I am proud of the work we have done to open our doors wide to neurodiverse members. And along with dedicated teachers like Ronnie Staffenberg, Marge Nubiel, Stephanie Abelson, and Stacy Albaum, has worked closely with our students who have unique needs. We have created classes and designed worship services for both children and adults with disabilities, including B-mitzvah ceremonies and a confirmation class. Our preschool is open to all, and we have provided a warm and loving environment where students who learn differently are embraced by their peers. We have partnered with local organizations like Eden Autism Services and the Success Center, which help diverse learners reach their potential. And over the last few months, I have had the incredible pleasure of working with a student named Linda Rubenstein in preparation for her adult B-mitzvah this August. Because of her special needs, Linda never had the opportunity to celebrate this milestone moment at the same age as other young people in our community. So Linda and I meet monthly on Zoom to discuss Jewish tradition, prayers, and Torah. Even though she cannot speak directly to me, I have learned through her typing just how thoughtful and curious, silly, and sassy she is. I laugh every time we meet. Our time together has been so meaningful that her sister Molly and I just discussed the possibility of offering an online class for a group of Jewish adults like Linda. The goal of this class would be to keep many more neuroatypical members of the tribe connected to their Jewish heritage and community. And I know that we can do even more. We can talk more about what it's like to live with disabilities in order to remove the stigma that is still felt by too many. We can actively support our families who live with disabilities every day, finding creative ways to keep them connected. We can speak to our elected officials about dedicating more resources to people with disabilities, especially those in economically disadvantaged communities and adults over the age of 21. I recently learned that many resources stop after this age, forcing many to fall off the cliff, in essence, to become isolated and stop growing and learning. When I think of Shayna and Linda and so many like them, I'm grateful for the achievements our community has made, and I'm reminded of the work that remains to be done. Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. We are not obligated to complete the work, but neither can we refrain from it. So I encourage you to participate in Jewish Disability Advocacy Day next week. Tune in to learn more about this topic that touches many of our lives. If you would like more information about registering for this event or to watch a video of Shayna performing with epic players, please email me and I will send you links after Shabbat. And in 6 months' time, join Linda, who is with us tonight virtually, for what will be a moving Bar Mitzvah service highlighting her learning and commitment. This Shabbat before Jewish Disability Advocacy Day and every Shabbat, let us acknowledge that we are all B'Tselem Elohim, created in the divine image. Let us pray for a world in which everyone has access to the resources each of us needs to learn, to grow, and to thrive. And let us continue to be a caring congregation where all are welcome, included, and truly feel they belong. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will. And in honor of President's Day weekend, I'll invite all who are able to please rise as we recite together a prayer for our country on page 258. 258 in our prayer books at the bottom, as we recall our leaders past and present who have guided our country. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen. And we turn to Aleinu, top of page 282, as we are yet again reminded of how we partner with God to make this world a better place.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר ארץ, ומושב עיקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו עליון. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Our mission is to plant ourselves at the gates of hope, not the prudent gates of optimism, which are somewhat narrower, nor the stalwart, boring gates of common sense, nor the strident gates of self-righteousness, which creak on shrill and angry hinges. People cannot hear us there. They cannot pass through. Nor the cheerful, flimsy garden gate of everything is going to be all right, but a different, sometimes lonely place of truth telling about our own soul first of all and its condition, the place of resistance and defiance from which you see the world both as it is and as it could be, as it will be, the place from which you glimpse not only struggle, but joy in the struggle. And we stand there beckoning and calling, telling people what we're seeing, asking them what they see. And in a moment, we'll continue together with the words of Mourner's Kaddish on 294. But as I call the names of loved ones, of members of our community, I ask you to rise if you are mourning someone this Shabbat as I call their name. We continue to remember our longtime staff member, Diane Fardisi. The family of Susan Brandner is in the period of Shiva, the first 7 days of mourning. We remember her daughters, Andy and Jackie. And the following, their loved ones are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning. Remember Philip London, brother of Ricky Bobeck, Arnold Bornstein, father of Brian Bornstein, Joseph Burns, father of Stephen Burns and Rebecca Burns, and Susan Cutel, wife of Eric Cutel. I remember the following yard sites, the anniversary of the passing of these family members and friends. Yankel Ben, Edward Burchad, Alan Bloom, Richard Frankel, David Weissman, Ebby Fekete, Joseph Ehrman, Carol Fine, Abraham Hildenbrand, Martin Kalstein, Faye Levine, Arthur Silverfarb, Irving Ferminsky, Ernest Schmaltz, May Walter, Minnie Schaefer, Margot Simmons, Joseph Friedman, Ruth Rothman, Benjamin Berman, Natan Israel, Clara Schenkman Wolf, Stephen Fishberg, and Donald Fishberg, Annette Foxman, Nettie Goldblatt, Erwin Karp, Max Leibowitz, Herman Lipp, Norman Weinstein, and Brucha Schwartzberg. And we rise now as one community as we turn to the hallowed words of Mourner's Kaddish on 294. Yit Gadol v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah v'alma divra chirutei v'amlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon u'chayei defol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya Yit barach v'yish tabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei de kudushav richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata ta amiran b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May the memory of all of our loved ones be a blessing. Please be seated as I now call up Ken Pograb.
Try this without my glasses. Thank you so much to Rabbi Blum and Cantor Binder for another beautiful service. We hope you found this experience to be uplifting and meaningful. Thank you to Ann Berman Waldorf and Adria Sherman for your assistance as tech experts tonight. I am Ken Pograb, past president. Michael and I are happy to speak with you and answer any questions you may have or listen to any comments about the synagogue. We will be at the Onig. We have one tonight. Please join us after services in the social hall for a small Onig. It's a quiet holiday weekend at Congregation Beth Chaim. Torah study is held every Shabbat morning at 8:45, in person and on Zoom. There is no religious school on Sunday, and the office and preschool are closed on Monday in observance of the President's Day holiday. March 11th to 13th, we are having a very special artist in residence, featuring Israeli artist Hanak Piven to honor Ann Berman Waldorf for her many years of service to our community. Please see the exciting list of events and RSVP on our website.
What happened? Where'd it go, Josh? It crashed. Oh, it's coming. Hold on. We're gonna watch a video.
Hi, my name is Hanoch Piven, and I'm a mixture of many things, but above all, I'm a visual communicator, and you are one too. My visual language is based on creating dimensional collages, usually portraits, using everyday objects. My work has been published in many magazines and newspapers like the New York Times, Esquire, Time.
Okay.
All right, we'll just roll with it.
All right, our next 50th anniversary Shabbat on March 11th, we'll celebrate Beth Chaim members who joined in the 90s. I am one of those. If you would like to participate, please reach out to Ronnie and Camille to help make this celebration special. We are an active, inclusive, and diverse congregation. Please check our website, bethchaim.org, and see a listing of all our many classes, meetings, and activities throughout the week. Shabbat Shalom. Stay safe.
Shabbat Shalom. We're actually going to do Motzi tonight. It's very exciting. And then right after Motzi, we'll sing our closing song on page 327. So if you want to have that queued up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Yours is coming. It's coming.
Ein keloheinu, ein kadonenu, ein kemalkeinu, ein kemoshienu, non como nuestro Dios, non como nuestro Señor, non como nuestro Rey, non como nuestro Salvador.
327.
Mi Eloheinu, mi
Adonenu, mi Kemokeinu, mi
Moshienu, quien como nuestro Dios, quien como nuestro Señor, quien como nuestro Rey, quien como nuestro Salvador. No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu, daremos a vuestro Dios, daremos a vuestro Señor, daremos a vuestro Rey, daremos a vuestro Salvador. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, bendito a nuestro Dios, bendito a nuestro Señor, bendito a nuestro Rey, bendito a nuestro Salvador. Atau Eloheinu, Atau Adonenu, Atau Malkeinu, Atau Moshienu, Dios. Tú sos nuestro Señor, tú sos nuestro Rey, tú sos nuestro Salvador.
We'll ask all who are able to please rise for our closing benediction. Ancient words from our tradition that it is our honor to pass on to all of you tonight.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine upon you. May God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem becha shalom.
May we always feel that God's presence is near, and may we be blessed with the greatest gift of all, the gift of peace.
Amen.